Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you another way to curl your synthetic wigs. Hey guys, so today I wanted to come on and I really wanted to show you another way that I have discovered to curl your synthetic wigs, and it works amazingly. I tried it on this rainbow wig I have back here, and I am so amazed by the results of it, and I wanted to show you guys how you could do this at home. But before we get going on this awesome and amazing tutorial that I have planned for you guys, I just wanted to remind you that if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get notifications on all the videos I do in the future. Give me a like if you guys like this video. We are trying to hit 5,000 subscribers, and once we do, we're gonna be doing a huge wig giveaway. So make sure, like I said, if you have not subscribed yet, you subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Anybody who is into wigs, this is where you wanna be, and this is where we hope you wanna be. So now we can go ahead and get started on the tutorial. All right, so there are a couple things you're gonna need in order to do this method the way that I'm gonna be doing it in this video. So the first thing you're gonna want is this curl former, and I'm sure everyone has seen these because these used to be super popular in the early 2000s, I wanna say. And I will say, when I did this thicker rainbow wig back here, I did need to use every single one of these. I think I had one left over. This wig here has less density. It's not as thick of a wig, so we might not need as many, but I feel like the 40 count is probably safe, just so you know you have enough to do any wig that you wanna do. All right, so the next thing you're gonna need is something you probably already have at home. You're gonna wanna have a blow dryer. And then the other thing you're gonna wanna have recommended is some type of wig head or wig form that you can put your wig on. It's gonna make it so much easier for you to curl this. If you don't have one, I would recommend seeing if there's someone at home who is willing to be a participant in your wig curling adventure. It's gonna be very hard to do this with the wig on your head, just because you're not gonna really be able to section it off and see exactly what you're doing. The next thing you're gonna want is this cool little nifty thing that I have, and it turns your blow dryer into one of those salon blow dryers that they put over your head. I recommend this. A little bit of that heat is really just gonna help lock in that curl. If you do not have this, this is totally fine. You can sit there and hand blow dry it if you want, or you can just let it air dry. That's okay too. Just know that it's gonna take quite a while to air dry. I would probably leave it to dry overnight with the forms on, because it is gonna take a while just for it to dry without any help with the heat. But I would recommend getting something like this. It's not expensive. I'll put the link down below, and it turns any blow dryer, it's universal, into this awesome, amazing thing. And if you're gonna be doing anything to your wigs, you'll use this more than once, so it's worth it. So make sure you stay to the end if you wanna see kind of some styling that I have that I'm gonna go ahead and do, and I did it also with this wig back here. Just some other products that I use when I style my wigs, and it really does help kind of bring that curl and that final look all together. Okay, so what you're gonna have to do is first just some fundamentals about how to use these properly. This comes in 3 pieces. You snap it together. You take your thing, and sometimes you have to pinch the inside a little bit to get this to go in. And you're gonna literally slide this all the way on until this hook right here is sticking out. This is how you're gonna be loading every single one of these onto your stick. So you might wanna practice this a couple times before you start, because if you don't know how to do it, you're gonna look super confused. All right, so the next thing we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna section this hair off just to make this easier for us. I really kind of find working in sections makes this a lot easier. 2 sections on each side here, and 1 in the back, so 5 sections-ish. And I just take my hand and I just kind of break it up. And I'm gonna leave this piece out, and I'm gonna take a hair tie and just put this all up and out of my way, or you can use a clip or whatever you have. Now you're gonna have your section here that you're gonna work with, and you're also going to be sectioning this off even more. The nice thing about wigs like this that are not necessarily hand tied is they have wefts. And the cool thing about that is you can follow the wefts to follow and make really nice straight parts and lines, which also helps you if you are like me and cannot do that. So I'm literally just gonna take my finger, find the first weft here, I feel like it's halfway down, and I'm just gonna separate it until I completely expose this weft. And you can see that you have all the hair because there's no hair here, and you can see the lace that's in between. If this is an open weft wig on the inside, you would just be able to stick your finger here, because this would be the inside of the cap and there wouldn't be anything there at all. And then I'm gonna section this off. I'm gonna do this essentially into 2 pieces here, because I want these to be a little bit bigger curls. And then we're gonna go ahead and put these on. Now to do this, you just take your hand here. I find that if you just kind of twist it a little bit, it's a little easier to hook it on, because it's all together and you're not missing any hair. You're gonna hold the hair back this way, and then you just take your hand, pull this through, and you're pulling the hair through as you go. And this hair is shorter than these tubes, so no hair is going to stick out. With this one here, you did have this straighter kind of no curl at the end because it did stuck out. That's kind of cool look too, and you can do shorter ones if you want that look with a shorter wig like this, but I'm cool with it being curly the whole way down. And I'm just going to go ahead and take this and I'm going to pull it a little bit further away from the root because I don't want that curl to start too high, because I still want to have some volume and I don't want it to be like too separated, because then you could start to see the wefts at the top of the wig. It looks like the pink ones might be a little bit different of a curl pattern than the orange ones, but I'm not really sure. But I was nervous that they were, so I do the pink ones on the top layer and then I do a mixture of the orange and the pink ones on the rest, just so you guys know, because I'm sure someone's gonna ask me that. So I just want to tell you now, I'm not really sure, so to play it safe, I did the pink on the top. And you just want to make sure when you do this, you just might have to fix the little form so that it's curling the way you want it to curl. And then you also want to make sure if you want the curl to go away from the face, you want it to curl away. If you want it to go towards the face, you want it to make it curl towards the face. So we're going to go ahead and finish this up and then I will be right back. All right, so now we have this head fully done up with all of our curls, and we are going to go ahead and move on to the next step. For the next step, you are going to need a very big, like, pasta pot. I have an actual wig pot because my husband won't let me use anything that we use for food for any of my wig experiments. So I'm gonna be using my wig pot. I got it for like $9 at Walmart, and you're gonna want boiling water, and then you're gonna want something to submerge your wig into the water. So I also have wig spoons and some wig utensils that are no longer allowed to be used for food and are only for my wig situation. So we're gonna go ahead and use these to show you guys exactly how to do this, and yeah. All right, so now that we have this all wrapped up, you want to really make sure you submerge this wig completely in. You want to make sure all of it gets wet. I use these little utensils just to push everything around, kind of move everything around, make sure it's really underneath there. And then you want to let this sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to go ahead and let it sit for 10. I feel like that should be enough. Water's really nice and hot. And then we're gonna take it out and move on to the next step. All right, so now we've had this sit for about 10 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and take it out of the water. I also wanna mention too that if you're doing this with a wig that's a little bit more damaged and you wanna kind of help repair it a little bit more, you can add a capful or two of fabric softener to this warm water, and it'll kind of give the fabric softener some time to work its magic and kind of help soften up the hair if it's a little bit more on the rough side, while it's also heating it up. And you're gonna be rinsing it out, so you'll be rinsing the fabric softener out as well. All right, so you're gonna wanna go ahead and take this out now. That's why I kind of recommend some type of tongs or something that you can really pull it out, because you want to try to do this without damaging the wig. I usually try to get underneath the cap and then I can pull it up really well. And this is also why it's kind of nice to do this preferably on your stove. We did put this on a table just to make it easier to film it, but you would be transferring this wig essentially straight to your sink, and then you want to take cold water from your sink and you want to cool the wig down completely, just like you would if you're making, like, you know, pasta salad or potato salad. You want the potatoes to be completely cold. And then we're gonna go ahead and let it sit and drip dry in our bathtub or wherever for about 10-15 minutes, just to make sure we get most of the water out, because we can't really dry it off with a towel. And then we're gonna move on to the next step of completely drying and setting these curls. All right, so now we have this completely cooled off. We let it drip dry. Honestly, it's probably still gonna drip a little bit. I would just put a towel underneath wherever you're working, but you wanna get it just as dry as you can so it's not pouring water all over the floor. This is kind of where a willing participant might not wanna be participating anymore, because it is gonna be wet on their head. So I really would recommend some type of wig head or wig form. Even if you get a styrofoam one, they make ones that clamp to the table if you don't want a wig stand. This wig setup right here with the stand and the wig head is under 50 bucks. If it's something that you're gonna be working on your wigs a lot, it's worth it to do it, and it's not crazy expensive, but you do not need this. This is also the next step where there are a couple ways you can do this. So the way I'm gonna be doing this is with my blow dryer and this nifty tool from Amazon that makes my blow dryer like a salon blow dryer. You can also just hand blow dry this if you want to. If you don't want to buy this, that's totally fine. You want to blow dry it on a medium setting. And then the other option is to just let it air dry. If you want to let it air dry, I would recommend letting it air dry for at least overnight. I haven't done it, but I would honestly let it dry for like 24 hours before I would even take them out, because it just takes a while for synthetic wigs to dry. And then the other thing too is if you're not adding any more heat to this to really kind of lock those curls in, the curl might not be as bouncy or as curly as this wig might turn out. So that's just the difference between using heat and not using heat in this final step. But we're gonna go ahead and use this bag here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm just gonna put this on. We're gonna go ahead and let this dry for about an hour. The most important part is you don't wanna blow dry this on high. You really wanna blow dry this on a medium or a cool if that's all you have. But again, that's not adding any extra heat to help with the curling. So we're gonna go ahead and do this for an hour. We're gonna come back when she's completely dry. I'm gonna show you guys how to pull them off. They're really, really easy to pull off. And then I will show you a couple styling tips that I have at the end of the video, which will really just kind of bring the whole look together and completely style this wig. So we're gonna move on to this next step and I will see you guys in a little bit. All right, so now that we have completely dried this and we've taken the cap off to let it completely cool, this is super important. You wanna make sure that you let the wig get completely cool before you take these curlers off, because it will still be hot. And if you're going to pull on the hair, it could make you lose that form because they're still warm and very pliable. So this is completely dry and we're gonna go ahead and start pulling these out. And then I'm gonna show you guys at the end of this video how I'm gonna style this wig and just kind of put the finishing touches on it so it is ready to go and live its new Blonde Catherine 2.0 wig life. So let's go ahead and take these out, and then I'll kind of show you guys as I do it how you should do these. You're gonna wanna kind of squeeze the end here where that rubber was to get it to be easier to pull off. And then you're just gonna pull right like that. You don't want it to be difficult to pull off, and you wanna just make sure your curl is lying properly. So just kind of reform it with your finger if you need to. And like I said, it shouldn't take too much effort to pull these. You don't wanna pull too hard because you don't wanna damage the wig, but a little bit of force might be necessary on a couple of them. It really just depends on how much hair is in there and how easily it slides out. And then I'm just taking my finger and I'm reforming the curl to make sure it's all going the correct way. And I'm just gonna do this throughout the whole wig. These curls look amazing. Exactly how I want them to look. All right, so now that we've run our hands through this and we've broken up all these curls, we're gonna do a couple styling things with this. So this is where I would be using some type of volume and matte texture spray. I have a couple brands here. This is Amaka, it's a little bit more expensive. Sephora sells it, but it smells amazing. And then this one here is a 3-in-1 dry texture spray as well from Target. It's much, much cheaper, but I just really like the smell of this one more. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this and I'm just gonna spray this on the root area. And this is really gonna just help us break up and blend this back together so we're not seeing any of the tracks or anything on top. We're also giving a little bit more volume and just a little bit of like a natural looking kind of messy, not messy, but a natural looking look at the top as if we curled our hair so that this looks more like curled hair and not a wig. So I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna kind of just take my hands, run this through. I don't wanna add too much volume, but I really just wanna make sure everything is covering all those tracks, especially in the back. And then once you feel like you're good, you can also spray this throughout the rest of the wig if you feel like there's places where you need to bring stuff together, but this looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and throw her on. Oh, one last little tip you can do if you want, but it's totally optional. You can add a little bit of hairspray to the curls. Just kind of helps hold them in place, kind of helps everything stay where you want it to, and it also gives more of that kind of, you know, curled hair look, because everyone always uses hairspray when they curl their own hair, because obviously your curls aren't going to stay without it. Well, for most of us, curls won't stay without it. So it just makes it look more like you curled your hair and it's not a wig. Again, really just kind of the name of the game is make it look as natural as possible and as realistic as possible. So now that we're done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this wig on, and then I will show you guys what she looks like and we will wrap this video up. Okay, so this is her style that did put a little bit of her back. As you can see with this curl pattern, she is gonna have a lot of volume. She's gonna be more of a full, bouncy, fun wig. If you guys are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. We are trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're gonna be doing a huge wig giveaway when we get to that 5,000 subscriber mark. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notifications on all the videos I do in the future. If you found this video helpful, make sure you give me a like. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next video.